Ecamm Fam, what is good, y'all? Welcome to another episode of Marshall Creates with Ecamm. I hope all is well. Hope everybody's having a phenomenal week. Adjust my framing. How you guys doing? Happy Thursday, happy Friday, whatever day it is that you're watching this. And welcome again. Let me say hey to some folks. Mr. Moderator, great to see you. Thank you so much. Wow, that is a huge comment. Okay. Katie, great to see you. Great to see you, Katie. Thanks for joining us. Brother Ben, coming early with the questions. Great to see you, Brother Ben. Okay. Okay, yeah, it's definitely a more technical question. Maybe we can get to that later. Elicio, what's good, my brother? What is good? Great to see you, my brother Andy. What's up? What's up? Keely, what's going on? What is going on? Yes, if you guys could add a Q with the colon when you ask your questions, I'd appreciate it. So yeah, this one's gonna be fun, y'all. A few weeks ago we created some overlays, like a sample podcast overlay, mostly using Canva, I believe, but y'all know that's not my bread and butter as a designer. So it was a pretty good response to that. We created the Discovering Your World podcast for some Ecamm Fam. I believe, what was his name? Jonathan Arbel. We created one for him. He loved it, man. I mean, we just did it kind of on the fly. So I figured, you know what? Let me use the tools that I typically use, and let's just create one for somebody at random. Let's create a set of overlays for a show or a podcast just on the fly. So yeah, here we are. So we have a few submissions. If you guys aren't on Ecamm's email list, definitely join it so you could be aware of things like this. And I think they posted it in the Facebook group as well. So definitely want to join the Facebook group, the Ecamm Live community on Facebook, and make sure you join the email list at ecamm.com so you can you don't miss out on opportunities like this, because we only had a couple submissions, y'all. That's another thing. Stuff comes out, you may think that, oh, so many people are going to submit, I'm not going to get chosen. You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised when it comes to contest giveaways, etc. A lot of people are thinking the same thing. So I've heard countless times where, maybe a contest or something, and people don't submit or don't put their name in the hat because they think they would get drowned out, but that's usually not the case. So we have a total of, let's see, 4 submissions. So we have a total of 4 submissions for the overlays. So I know Pastor Robert, I believe you were one of them. Yup. So I'm gonna have maybe somebody let's see, select. We'll get Brother Ben in the mix. Brother Ben, if you could pick a number between 1 and 4, pick one for us. You could pick a number between 1 and 4, pick one for us, and I'll have you select the submission that we're gonna design today. I'll just wait on him a second. See, he was hot in the comments, so I figured he would see it. I know there's a bit of a delay, so I'll just wait a second for a comment. 3. All right, 3 is and I'll let you guys see this here. All right, so let me share my screen so y'all know this is literally random. So these are the 4 people who submitted. As you can see, Pastor Rob. Fortunately, we couldn't get you in this time, Pastor Rob, but we're gonna go with, so I'm just counting down 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're gonna go with Gene White. All right, so we're gonna brand Gene White. So the submission, so what we're doing today, Tatiana, is I'm just gonna create a set of branded overlays for a show or a podcast to be used on Ecamm with Ecamm. So they sent this out in the email list and also posted in the Ecamm Live community. So we had 4 submissions to that form for this contest. So that's what I'm referring to. So I'm going to open up his form and see what it's about. Hijack my life. Okay. I'll share this with you guys. So we got Hijack My Life show podcast. Okay. Birthed out of a personal need to hijack my life. My show is dedicated to helping others take back control of their lives from the world that would wish to monopolize them. Their talent, time, and energy is sourced from my personal journey to do the same as I share stories and strategies I personally picked to help others. I'm a fan of the old gold and black. I like the vibe of darker main colors with a pop of bright. That's why I chose a dark gray and yellow for my podcast cover art. All right, cool. Yes, thanks for being a great sport. That's the Rob. I appreciate that. It was a 1 to 25% chance, as you saw, but yeah, we're gonna go with this one just because I had Brother Ben select one. So cool. So we're gonna rock with Hijack My Life. I don't know, is Gene on here? I don't think he is on here. Yeah, I don't think he's on here, but we're gonna do it just because I said we were gonna pick it at random. Okay. So, all right. So this is what we're working with so far. This is the design language, and this is Gene White Jr. All right, so it's gonna be a little. Well, it'll be fine. So I'm literally gonna design this on the fly, guys. Okay. So I'm trying to think of some ideas now. So what I typically like to do is grab the logo. So this isn't necessarily a logo, it's a podcast cover, but I'll just show you guys what I would do, because as a designer, sometimes what I'm provided with isn't the best quality, or I may not have the actual logo or source files, but I make do with what I have. I try to request that from the client, but I make do with what I have, just because these are the cards I was dealt. So looks to be a pretty decent sized cover. So what I'm going to do is save this. I may have already saved it. So give me 1 second, y'all. Save this. Oops. Okay, clients. Alrighty. Get live. Okay, episode 11. Okay, so we're going. Oh, this is 12. Is this 12? I think no. This is no. This is 11. So we're gonna Gene White hijack my life. You know, I was thinking about that. I was thinking about that too. We might have to switch. That's why I asked, is he on the live? It wasn't like an official thing, but I think it may be more fun if we get some instant feedback. All right. So yeah, let's do that. Let's switch gears, and I'll try to come back to hijack my life. Gene, I'm sorry, my brother. I'm sorry to switch gears like this, but you didn't make it. You didn't make it. And Robert, Pastor Rob did. So let's do that. In all fairness, because I did put that in the form. So as you can see down here, thank you. Be sure to show up live on Thursday for your choice to be selected. All right. So maybe we can circle back to this. So let me jump over to Pastor Rob's form. Okay. All right. Hope for the journey. All right, this is what we were working with, y'all. Hope for the journey. Pastor Rob, would you be able to send me your actual logo? Because this is your YouTube banner. Like this RG Roberto Guerrero. Would you be able to send me this along with Hope for the Journey? Excuse me. If not, I'll show you what I do when this is all I got. Let me know. If not, I'll make it work, y'all. I'll make it work. Because over the past few years, I've become very resourceful when I need to. So let me go ahead and save this. So we're going to do Hope for the Journey. The YouTube banner. So I like this. Clean, simple design language. All right. And let me go back to your form. Okay. PowerPoint, Hope for the Journey, the blame game. Okay. Command C. Yeah, let me know if you're able to. If not, it's okay. And I'll just drop my email. Okay, so let's see here. I swear this cough came out of nowhere. So you're getting ready to go live. Go ahead and here's a cough for you. Oh, okay. Send it to Marshall at 120 Design Studio. Oh, I can add, look, 4.0, y'all. Ecamm 4.0. Marshall at 120designstudio.com. Boom. I'm able to add my own comments. That's cool. So what does that actual cover look like? That's what I want. That's what I'm curious about. Hope for the Journey by Roberto Guerrero Sr. I wonder what the actual cover looks like. Okay, so let me see here. Copy image address. See, I'm just being a little resourceful just in case. Just in case. Okay. All right. Do you have an actual cover too? But it looks like your design language is pretty clear. And is that any city in particular behind you? Just in case if I decide to use some type of cityscape in your designs, I want to make sure like if it has any kind of sentimental value or if it's like a specific place intentionally that I make sure I mirror that. Okay. Yeah, did you get the email address? Marshall at 120designstudio.com. 2 L's on Marshall, 120, the number, 120designstudio.com. Yeah, that's going to be the best email. All right. So yeah, let's wait on that for a second. But what I'm going to do, y'all, is just pretty much mirror this design language. If that's cool with you, Pastor Rob. And we're going to create it from that. So I'm going to open up move this. So this is Affinity Designer. This is a set of overlays I created for another client of mine. Shout out to David McGill. He usually pops on here on Thursdays. Trucking from Scratch on YouTube. This is the drawing he sent me. I was like, all right, cool, let's do it. And then of course you guys have seen these that I did for the Brain Picker podcast. So I did both of these logos and both of these sets. So we're gonna create a set for Pastor Rob. So I'm gonna do file new, and I'll do them in 4K. 3840 by 2160 with a transparent background. Create. So I'm presented with this blank artboard right here, and we're just going to start from the beginning. Okay, let me check my email real quick, y'all. Nothing yet. Oh, okay. Don't worry about it. Okay, all right. You're at Firestone. You can't send the logo. It's all good. So I won't really have time to create a logo, but we can use your own logo and the Hope for the Journey. See if we can find something like that. Let me see. Hope for the Journey. This actual, let me see what we can do here. Hope for the Journey. So what I like to do, I like to keep things consistent. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to try to pull this logo off. So I'll show you what I do, y'all. So I have a tool called Gigapixel AI from Topaz Labs, and it enlarges photos with like little loss of clarity. It actually adds clarity back to photos when they're not the best. So I'll show you exactly. It's like a couple step process that I'll take to get what I need. So this is what we're working with. So that helped a little bit. So as you can see, the resolution down here, originally it was 2560 by 1440. Now it is 5120 by 2880. But if I hit original, you may not be able to tell because I'm only streaming in 1080p here. But this is the original. If I click and hold this, and this is with it enlarged, and you can see the lines are a bit more crisp. I can go to these different AI models, right? That looks pretty cool. Lines. I usually like to use lines for stuff like this because it really puts emphasis on these lines, like literally. See that? See how crisp? So this is the original, right? When I zoom in, and then this is with this lines AI model. So I just kind of toggle between them just to see what's best for what I'm trying to do. So I think lines works best for me. So I'm going to save this image like this because I really want to pull this logo up off of it. All right. So now what I'm going to do is open it up in Illustrator and do an image trace because I want to get the vector of the logo. If I need the RG separately, I'll do that, but it may be fine from this. So I will open up, let's say this. Let's make this layer. This isn't really a tutorial, y'all, because like I literally do this all day, every day. But just so you guys can see behind the scenes of me creating some overlays on the fly. That's all. So, okay, so Hope for the Journey 2X. So I'm gonna place this. So I'm really just concerned with this right now. trying to get the RG Roberto Guerrero Hope for the Journey, primarily the Hope for the Journey, because I can get the RG from the other logo that I saved if it doesn't look as good as I want it to look. Okay, so now I'm going to do an image trace. So this essentially is going to vectorize this to make it into a vector. So I'm going to adjust the threshold. Okay, that's too much. I'm primarily concerned mostly with Hope for the Journey, to pull that out in the same exact font. I could have selected a different one, but I just want stuff to be consistent. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, so advanced. So I'm just gonna adjust these sliders to get the cleanest version of Hope for the Journey that I can. And it's easier to do when you have an enlarged version of whatever it is that you're trying to trace. That's why I did that first, to clean those lines up a bit as well. I'm not necessarily concerned with the Roberto Guerrero because it looks like he uses a couple different versions of that. But I will get that RG. It's too much. Okay. All right, we almost done here. All right, I think I'm gonna just stick with this in the interest of time. Let me just pull it down just a little bit. Okay. All right. All right, now I'm gonna hit expand. So now I have what I need. So I'll delete pretty much all of this except for the Hope for the Journey. So you probably can't really see, but I'm gonna remove some of these sections in here because I just want this. I want this as a vector, so I can manipulate it, change the color of it easily. All right, so now, all right, I have it. See how I'm able to change the color now, but there are a couple I want to add back in, is the opening and the E really quickly, because that didn't work so well. So that looks fine. So now I'm going to duplicate that, bring that over to this one. And then there's something else. Oh yeah, over here. Okay. And then, okay, so I forgot to remove this. Boom. All right, y'all. So I gotta remove the shape. It's like a little opening there. Remove this shape. Okay. Then remove this shape. All right. Cool. So now we have Hope for the Journey. So if you wonder, like, why the heck did I just spend all that time doing that? So now I can pretty much manipulate this any way I want. You know, and this is, let's say this is his logo, Hope for the Journey. So like if I wanted to do like Hope for and then the Journey, like on another line, whatever, like I can do whatever I need, change the color. So that's why I like to vector. I have the vector files. Like if this was an AI file, the actual vector file, it would have been easy for me to do that, or even the source file, whoever created that a graphic for his YouTube channel. All right, so that's the reason I did that. So I just want to do the same thing really quickly with the RG. It won't take that long. So go back to Gigapixel, trash this RG logo. You can't really see it, but we'll do lines, and let's do like 4x. This is good enough. Save image. You can't really see it, but get ready to place this into Illustrator. File, place RG at 4x. Boom. So this may not be as crisp as we would like, but we'll make it work. Image trace. Okay. Yeah, that looks pretty good. I'm gonna add some corners. Make sure the corners are sharp as can be. And yeah, we'll just keep it like this. Ignore white. Let's see if I increase the paths. Expand. So only thing is, like, this font right here is a little too rounded. The image trace didn't work so well, so I'm gonna try to recreate that really quickly. Roberto. So this looks like a form of Babus. Not that one. So it's this one. Babus new. Oops. I don't have it in bold. There it is. Guerrero. Light. That looks too light. Babus new. Boom. So it's close, right, guys? Expand this. That looks good to me. Close enough, right? I don't always know all the fonts, but I know a lot of them. A lot of the commonly used ones, I'll say that. All right, so now I'm just gonna move this up where Command G, move this up here, and then I'm gonna delete his from, where is it? Okay. So I'm just gonna delete his now. Don't need it because we have where is it? Hold up. Okay. There it is. Okay. All right, so be good. Cool. Hope for the journey. Yep. Oh, so you did send something? It must have got stuck in my spam. Let me see. No, I don't have anything. It's all right. Don't worry about it. I just want to hope real quick. I'm sorry, y'all. I just want to sharpen these corners a little bit. You know, just a little bit. Sharpen them. Because, you know, it was the image trace that did this. You know, it's not foolproof. That's why I try to enlarge the photo as much as I can first. But we just want to make sure we got sharp corners, because it's the attention to details, y'all. 9 times out of 10, your audience probably won't even notice. But I just like having stuff done the right way. You know, that's all. If I have the ability to do it right, then that's what I'm gonna do. I don't cut corners, even though I know we're working on limited time today. But just let me do this real quick, y'all. Please. So let me just chop this out real quick. All right, just want the corners a little sharper. That's all. This is just a quick job. You guys probably like, yo, this guy's OCD. Like, you're not even gonna be able to see that. See, like stuff like this bothers me, you know. But typically, like I would have the source file or the actual logo file. Won't need to do this, but you know, sometimes I don't have it, so I got to do what's best. Recreate the logo. Sometimes. So what I'm gonna do now? So I need to basically chop this shape out of this. So if I make this red, I'm basically just gonna cut this out from the back from this. So I'm gonna remove that just to get that corner sharp. I'm not gonna have time to do all of it because you know we got this curve right here. You know, I'm just gonna try to do the best I can for now. This is a little bump right here. Just a couple problem areas. That's all. This is stuff I'll be looking at like during the whole design process. Like, why didn't I fix that? So I'm saving myself time in the long run because this is just gonna bother me mentally if I don't fix it now. Okay. I'm sorry if this is boring, y'all. But we getting ready to get to the goods in a second. In the interest of time, I think I'm gonna just leave this. I'm gonna just leave the rest, okay? Gotta force myself. Gotta force myself to just step away from this. All right, but now I have this as a vector, so I can do whatever I want with it, you know? So, and that'll come in handy. So let me just save this real quick just in case. Hope for the journey. Okay. All right, y'all. So let's create some overlays. Thanks for your patience. I appreciate it. So we're starting from a blank canvas pretty much. So the first one, let's do a countdown. Okay. So what I'll do is I'm gonna place in his graphic that he has so far as like a frame of reference for the design language. Okay, so I'm gonna paste that in here and just crop it in just so I can reference this. So in the interest of time, and this is a particular city, Pastor Rob? Let me know, because if not, then we can grab it any cityscape, to be honest. But I just want to make sure I'm using the correct one if it is a particular one that you need. So let's do a let's go ahead and do a countdown overlay. Okay, so I'm gonna create a dark section here really quickly. So we're just gonna create a countdown slide, but let's actually, let me see here. Let's model the same design language here. Okay, layer, convert to curves. So I'm gonna make it similar to mine. I don't know if people like being on the right or the left during the countdown. Okay. So now I'm gonna hit Option, Shift, and drag to duplicate this, right? And then make this bottom layer yellow, like this. I'm just gonna model this design back here. Okay, so I'll literally do something like this. Or even better, let's just grab an actual triangle. Okay. So I just created 2 triangles. So you can't really see them yet, but okay. I'm gonna add it. Actually, let me see. Okay. Let's do drop shadow. Okay. And I'm gonna bring one up here, take the drop shadow off, but do an inner shadow, offset, radius. Boom. Put this below and put all of this inside of this shape. Boom. So I know that was a lot, but I'm essentially trying to recreate this up here quickly as possible. All right, so now we could put the countdown right here. So this will be the area for the countdown. So then I'm gonna put okay, so now we can go ahead and bring in the Hope for the Journey logo. Command C from Illustrator, paste it right into this document. Let's make it white for now. Hope for the Journey. I might put with Robert Guerrero begins in, but I'll just leave it as Hope for the Journey, and then put begins in. And then I'm gonna find a similar font as you use for your name. Just gonna make it 500. I feel like this is too small. That's why I'm glad I vectorized it, because now I can do exactly what I showed you guys over here, just so it can take up some more. Take up some more space. See how that takes up some more space? Okay, begins in, and I can actually change this to the yellow if I want. And then the countdown can go below that. And then we could put the countdown right there. All right, so this is the bones of it. And then I could put the RG below. Okay, so Command V. I don't want it to be too busy, but I think this looks fine. And I could even add like a section where for the countdown, if I want it like this, or reverse it like this. Let's add a brush or something, make it look a little interesting. Where's my stroke? Something like that. Pastor Rod, let me know what you think so far. Or with or without this little circle, but you would put your countdown right there. So many words. So the only other thing we're missing is usually with the countdowns, there may be like a overlay to make it like just shaded a little bit. So I'll add a black one, right? And then reduce the opacity. So for example, if he was under here waiting, hold up. So put this in here. Oh, not in here, actually under here. And under here. So if he was under here. Let's say this is Pastor Rob waiting for his live stream. Like this. So you can see how dark it would be. So I'm going to reduce the opacity of this. Maybe that may work for him. Maybe even add a gradient. We're up here. It is, let me see. Okay, yeah, that's probably fine. Yeah. All right, y'all. You know what? Let's add a drop shadow to this yellow part. Boom. So we got a little bit of a drop shadow. All right, now so turn them off. Boom. So this is the first one done. All right, so now what I do is duplicate this, and we'll go ahead and create the other overlays pretty quickly as possible. Let me make sure this is straight. Take the stroke off of this. Okay, let me check the comments real quick. All right, Living GA, but from Brooklyn, New York. It was made by someone for me. Okay. Appreciate you, my brother James. Thanks, man. Cool. All right, so now we got this one, and let's create one like a main frame, I guess, for the entire show. So what I'm going to do real quick is just delete everything out of this. And then create, how can we make this interesting looking rather than just a box? Let me think. Got any ideas? Throw it out there. I'm trying to think on the fly how I can create. I'll keep it simple for now, y'all. I'll keep it real simple for now. So I'll cover the background at the same color, right? And then create just a regular yellow rectangle stroke like this. Make sure the corners are sharp. And I'm gonna make sure it's completely centered, and I'll add space at the bottom just in case he wants to have some comments or something come up. And we could put Hope for the Journey down here too, y'all, but the original one. So I'll do Command G, Command V. Oops, wrong one. All right, put Hope for the Journey down here. And I am going to want this pattern down here, the rectangle. So I'm going to Command C, come down here, do Command V to paste them. The thing is, you're not going to see this middle section because I'm going to punch it out. All right, so have this come within that. You know what, let me group this, move this out because I need to punch this out. So stand by. I know it looks crazy. It looks like a Christmas tree real quick, but I need to punch this out real quick. So essentially this middle section, which I'm going to fill with red just so you can see, I'm going to punch this out of the background so we can get a transparent background. So select both of these layers and then hit this minus button up here. So now it's transparent back there. So now I need to drag these shapes inside of this shape. So you may not be able to tell down here, but we have this effect still down here And I probably could duplicate it and put it at the top as well. Flip it and put it at the top. I can't even see it. I can't see it up there. It's up there somewhere. But what if we made this layer just a little lighter? Let me see. What if we had like almost like a tiered situation like that? I think that would help. And even this middle one, make it a little lighter just so you can see the separation a little better. Like that. I don't know how I feel about that. Oh, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Cool. I was just trying to add a little bit more depth, but then I need to fade this. Let me see this polygon. So I'm actually gonna add. Let me reduce the transparency. I'm gonna fade it. So I don't like this line right here, so I'm just gonna fade this into that like that. I think that looks better. Yeah, I think that looks a little better. I don't know how I feel about this anymore though, to be honest. Or maybe I'll just add a fill and then reduce the opacity of it. That probably looks fine. All right, let me jump back over here. All right. Okay. Cool. All right, so now I'm just gonna I'm actually gonna thicken this yellow line up some. Stroke. That's cool, and then I'm gonna add a drop shadow to it. Just to add some depth. Boom. All right, y'all. That one's done. And now we're gonna add section for two people. So there's a couple different ways I think I want to do this. Yeah, so I'll keep this the way it is, but I'm just gonna add a shape in the middle. Oops. For two people. Right, color, remove this. Make it kind of thin. Center it. And I'm just going to literally add it to this shape, and it should have this yellow border come right in the middle as well. So let's see. Curves, boom. Oh, no, it didn't because it's a separate layer. Okay, I remember now. All right, so I'm going to duplicate this. Bring it here. And then move this one right in here. Okay. Hope for the journey. Was this not centered? Okay, there it goes. Oh, it sure wasn't. Wow. Okay. The words weren't centered, y'all. I didn't even realize. So I may move this just because we may want to have names down here. You know, we'll leave it. We'll leave it. Let me see what we got so far. Like it darker. Too much. But whole overlay size. Oh, I'm missing these questions. I'm sorry, Sarita. So it's 3840 by 2160 for the overlay. So it's essentially 4K. 3840 by 2160. Yellows are better. Color for hope. Too much. Like a darker copy style. Cool. All right. Are you talking about completely dark? Well, it's too late. So let me know, Pastor Robbie, what we go back to the complete dark style or no. All right, so center that. Looks good. So now what I'm gonna do is pull this out right here, flip it, and then bring the top, just the top in. Maybe have these come in. Hold up. Wrong one. So I'm actually gonna do this. Bring it down. Just want to see how it'll look. Either if I do it up or down, or maybe even both. Because what I could do, y'all, so check this out. What I could do is, see, bring this forward, like outside of this. Ooh, that's too much. But like this. Boom. Boom. Almost like that. And then take this, the logo, that drop shadow is too harsh. I'll fix that. See, we won't even need his name down here because we know who he is at this point. Like that. Or we could stick this one up top. Ooh, I think we cooking with grease now, y'all. So I need to drop these drop shadows. This is way too much. So distance, that looks fine. But with this one, that looks cool. Reduce this radius. I think it looks cool. What do y'all think? And then, so with these drop shadows, just flip the direction. It's too harsh. Yeah, I think that's fine. What y'all think? Yay? Nay? Just want to see what this will look like with the yellow right here. Is that doing too much, y'all? I think it might be. I just wanted to see what that looked like. Like this. I don't know. I don't know about that. I think we'll just take it off for now. All right, so that's for 2 people. All right, let's do 3 people. So for this one, we gotta cut it in the thirds. Better without. Yeah, I agree. Too much. You had to make that a t-shirt, Sarita. It's too much. Okay, now we do some math. 3840 divided by 3. 1280. I should know this by now. All right, so that's where I want to put some guys in here real quick. So, well, actually, I'm gonna just stick a line. Oops, let's make it straight. All right, so we want to make sure it's 1280. 1280. Oop. Okay. 1280. And then one at 2560. Okay, so this is in the thirds. So now What I'll do is, let me think. So I'm going to pull this out. Oh, I know what I'm going to do. So I'll have this like this like this, and just create one more for the middle. Centered. Okay, so I got 3 of these. All right, but this part is too thick for me. So let me undo this. Ooh, that's a lot. That's too much. In the words of Sarita, that is too much. All right, so what is the stroke on this? 100. What's the stroke on this? 100. Okay. Okay. So let's just reduce this. Okay, so these lines, I'll make them red. This is where Ecamm, when you add them in the interview mode, when you add in 2 guests, it cuts the screen into thirds. But you got to realize we have this space over here that's not really accounted for. That's why I still need these red lines. Well, in this case, they're red to keep me honest, because it's literally not cut into thirds. The overlay, like on in Ecamm is when you add your overlay on top of it, we're missing this part, right? On the sides. So this will help me adjust as needed. So what I'm going to do with this first box is move it over. So technically, the second person, their box is going to be bigger. See the triangles for a side panel. Oh, that's a good idea. That is a good idea. Yes. Oh, we had 257, y'all. Oh, snap. Time flies when you're having fun. All right, so now I know that they're perfectly equal as far as when I put this over top in Ecamm, I won't have any issues. So I'm going to hide these, right? And I'm going to duplicate these triangles. Command J, because I have these yellow ones for the outline, but I need some for to chop out of that background again. So so I want to group these real quick and then chop it from the background. Boom. All right, so we got the 3. So this, I don't want this middle one to intrude on this middle person as much, and the top. So we'll probably just have to leave that off of this one unless we move it to the side like this or something and just put RG up here or something. That would be cool. I guess that wouldn't really impede on this person too much at all, really. Drop that. And we can really remove this from this one and then have this again here. Command C and then Command V here. Okay. So let's knock out a 4-person one real quick from this, and all I'm doing is literally just adding something in the middle. So color of here. Okay. So we'll split here. But in this case, I'll actually remove the polygons. Command. Since it's 4 people, I don't want them to be a squish, so I'm actually just going to drop this and we're going to make these boxes larger. Okay, so now I need to add this to the shape. Boom. And I don't need these to be as large either. This looks fine. This looks fine. And what I want to do up here. Oh, let's flip this. Let's just keep it down here, actually. All right, let's do a screen share one real quick, and then we'll call it a day. Just because I know we're past 3 o'clock. Okay. So let me think. So said like, okay, let me see. Yes, thank you. I appreciate it. Appreciate the context. Yeah, design it on the fly. Okay. So yeah, let's bring those triangles back in a bit. So for a side panel, let me think of how we can do that. Let me think. Hold on. Let me see. What's a cool way I can incorporate that real quick? Let's do this. So let me hold up, y'all. Do something like this. I don't know how this would look in application, but let's rock with it. No, I never got them. Never got them. Did you put 2 L's on it? Oh, you know what? I just did. Let me see here. 20 minutes. Yeah, they did come through. But you know, we worked it out. It's like my image trace ended up looking pretty decent. So nah, we good. We are good, my brother. Okay, so what we're gonna have let's do like a screen share situation. Let's just make these corners a little quirky. This Command J. Okay. I'm digging it, y'all. And then this can go inside the curves, and then we can delete all of these because we don't need them. And then I gotta do this. That's not what I meant. That's not what I wanted to do, but it actually looks pretty cool. So, let's do the. Let's do this too. What the heck? And then increase the stroke on this. And we about done. Cool. I think this is a pretty good starter set, y'all. What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? Yeah, let's go ahead and let's add a drop shadow on here real quick. Cool. And I'll actually remove this. I feel like this doesn't fit, so let me just hide it. And you just add your countdown right there. But yeah, there we go, y'all. A quick set of overlays for Hope for the Journey. Let me add just a little sauce on this real quick. Yeah, I think that's cool. That's cool. Yep. I think we're good for now, y'all. What do you think? What's the verdict? I will send them to you, my brother. I will reply to your email and send them right over to you. Katie, great to see you again. LBC Branding. What's good? You've been missing the past few weeks. You probably would have shredded me in this one. You probably would have shredded me in this one. Sarita, thanks. I appreciate your input. Thank you so much. All right, guys. You got any questions for me before we roll? Oh, so I'm using Affinity Designer. It's really dope. It's my go-to. Let me show you Affinity Designer. So I use like the Adobe Suite. I use the Affinity Suite as well. So I've been using it for the past several years. Really dope. And it's only what, $55. And it's like you get it forever. You don't have to pay monthly, even though I pay monthly for the whole Adobe Suite as well. But it's really dope. And they have iPad apps as well. But it's more for like actual graphic designers. I think it's intuitive. I love it. But I've been using it for about 6 years now, so probably a little longer than that, to be honest. Because when I was selling insurance, I was using it to create my insurance marketing materials. Yep. All right. Yep, it's so true. Thank you so much, Katie. All right, guys. Well, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Looks like we still had 23 viewers. That's crazy. And I know this is probably super boring for most people outside of Pastor Rob, because this is his stuff that we're branding. So Thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate it, and this is fun. Well, maybe we can do this again sometime. So thanks again, y'all. Hope you have a thanks, man. I'll send these right over to you. But yeah, I hope you guys have a phenomenal rest of your week, and I will see you guys next week. All right. Peace.